Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Ellie if you've never been here before. On this channel I budget both mine and my husband's income. I am a 24-year-old substitute teacher. If this is your first time finding my channel, hello. If this is not your first time and I'm surprising you in your subscription box, hi. Yes, I am back after a year of no uploading, and even before then it was, I think, 1 month worth, which is 1 or 2 videos, and before then it had been a year or 2. I'm trying to be more consistent this time around. We will see how it goes. If you want to hear the updates and you actually care about what my income looks like or how I got these numbers, please go check out my budget with me for my October paycheck first, because I do spend more time in that video going over my categories, my income, and what that looks like, what my job is, what my husband's job is, all of the details if you're curious. Yeah, like I said, I would really rather you watch that first than attack me for what my money looks like, because I know it looks scary. It is a little bit scary, but yeah, I go into way more details. If you don't care and you're just like, ooh, a cash stuffing to watch, then you don't have to. It's fine. But let's start with counting my income for the month of October. I get paid monthly. My husband gets paid monthly. So this is our income for the month of October. I'm only planning on taking our paychecks and budgeting them out like once. I'm not really planning on breaking it by week and uploading weekly videos, because I just honestly don't have time or energy right now. I also am pretty consistent, I would say, on my main channel. So if that interests you or you want to see more into my daily life, then I will link my channel up here in the cards. It's also linked in my description box. I don't have a lot of extra time to make double the amount of videos, but I do want to still show you guys my budget and upload budgeting content, because it is something that interests me. I love watching it, but I also love filming it as well. So if you want to see more of my life, then please go check out those. But if you just want to see my budgeting videos, then you can expect to see a budget with me and a cash stuffing monthly. So let's start. This is $1,000 placeholder. So we have 1,000, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 2,000. 1, these are really stiff. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So 2,700. Sorry if I'm slow at this. 8, 9, 3,000 here. 3,000, 1, 2, 250, 270, 290, 310, 330, 350, 370, 3,370, 380, 390, 400, 3,400. This should be $50. 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50. I did the cash stuffing right, or I did the cash breakdown right, I mean. Can't really trust myself, to be honest. This is the $1,000 placeholder, like I said. As we get into the actual cash stuffing portion, I will go over my categories, but I'll also probably give a brief description. Whoa, it got really blurry there for a second. I will give a brief description of what my money looks like. As you can see, nothing has really changed in terms of setup. I don't have a cash tray still, but maybe with my hobby fund, I will purchase one, because this gets annoying setting up like this. This is probably why I filmed a year ago once and never returned, because this is probably the most annoying part for sure. Also, the lighting is different than in my budget with me, even though I'm filming them back to back, but it's because I'm filming them at night and I ran out of daylight. So I do have a studio light. It's kind of bright now that I'm looking at it, but please bear with me, you guys. I'm just getting back into the swing of things. So here's all my cash. Here is my budget if you want to take a quick look at it. You can pause it and look at it, or you can see me actually break down this paycheck in my last video, but I'm gonna set that aside. Look at all of my envelopes. Now, I don't have a binder, and I actually just spent a lot of time making these. I made these myself. I debuted most of them last year, and then I never touched them again. I did add 7 more in here, so it's a thick stack. And it's not necessarily 7 new expenses. It's honestly just more clear envelopes of stuff we were already spending on and I just didn't have an envelope for. But here they are. This is a mix of variable expenses as well as sinking funds and fixed expenses is what I meant. Fixed expenses, variable expenses, and sinking funds. So some of these will get stuffed every single month with the same amount, and some of them will get a different amount or whatever's left. So let's start with groceries. Groceries is the first envelope here. I am out of whack here. For this month, since this is the first time that we are stuffing this, there's already money in here, but this is all prop money, if you couldn't tell, because we use credit cards for everything and that's just the way it works. But I like to use prop money to show you guys what it looks like, but also to have a visual for myself of how much is in each fund. With that being said, because it's prop money, I actually spent a lot of this already. So a lot of it will roll over, but I'm gonna add $350 for this month's paycheck. And we'll see if we can cut down or if we need to add more after I look at how much we've spent already on groceries. So groceries now has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. $700, it's a lot in groceries. So we'll probably roll this over for next month as well, which is good because then that money can go to my sinking funds. So that's groceries. Next one is gas. I just got gas today, so this is definitely gonna change by the next time you see me. But I'm gonna be adding $200 to gas, and this is for both my husband and I's cars. So gas, let me make sure that I took everything out. Yes. Gas now has 1, 2, 3, 4, yes, $450. Whoa. And gas is expensive, but it's not that expensive to need that much per month. So that will also roll over. Down payment. So this is new. It's not a new expense. It's the exact same that it has been for the past like 3, 4 years now that we've lived here. Three years that we've lived here. But instead of calling it rent, we're just calling it down payment. I talked about this in my budget with me, but we are renting to own my grandma's house. And so every month that we pay her in rent, it's actually going towards a down payment. So right now we have $26,000 and whoa. What just happened? We have $26,170 in there. And we put $1,000 of each paycheck. So that's what this $1,000 placeholder is. I probably won't continue to add too many $1,000 placeholders because it just doesn't make sense. Like I'm not gonna have 26,000, you know? So I'm gonna add the 1,000 to this. There's actually supposed to be more than this, so hopefully we can pay ourselves back actually in the future. If not, it just extends the date that we will actually be able to officially purchase the home. So of course we want to do that as soon as possible, but we are in a very privileged situation here where if something happens, which things happen, like our incomes change, I'm no longer a full-time teacher. I go into more detail on that in my budget with me. I would love to be, but because I'm not, our income changed, and so it kind of changes everything at that point. But yeah, I'm adding 1,000 to that, so now we're at $27,000. Phone and internet, they are paid together through Verizon, and we are adding $180 a month. This is for both my husband and I's phone and our Wi-Fi. That's $180. So I'm gonna add that to what's already in here, which this is probably already going to be paid, but we wanna make sure that we have the money in the account. So let me add what we are already putting in there. So phone and internet now has 1, 2, 3, 320, 340, 350, 360. So $360. This envelope is kind of messed up, but oh well. Utilities. This is for electricity, water, garbage. So for utilities, I'm going to add $325 a month. That's 1, 2, 3, 20, 325. And we should already have about that amount. It might be more, it might be less. It is more actually. So let's see. And I can tell that I'm gonna need to condense a lot of this soon. All right, in utilities, we now have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 720, 730, 735, 740, 741, 742. This next one is subscriptions. I mentioned all of the subscriptions that are included in this in my budget with me. So if you're curious, you can go watch that. I just don't know them off the top of my head, like all of them. It's not that many, but I don't want to like miss one. So if you're really curious, go check that out. But for subscriptions, we pay $66 every month. So I'm gonna put in that amount, 5066, and I'm gonna add it to what's already in there. All right, so in subscriptions, we now have 50, 70, 80, 85, 90, $91 in subscriptions. This envelope is also messed up, but it is what it is. I'm not gonna really fix them too much because I feel like if I'm actually consistent over time, I will buy a cash tray, I will buy a binder and envelopes and things like that. Student loans, unfortunately, it is time to start paying my student loans. So my payment is $216 a month. This is actually my first payment, like monthly payment. That's 216, yep. So yeah, sad day, you guys. It's actually time to start paying these. It's been 6 months at least since I finished my master's degree, but also since we can no longer defer it anymore. So we might be able to like refinance it, but let's see. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 4, 10, 4, 20, 4, 25, 4, 30, 4, 31. And for right now, we're just gonna keep putting in whatever we can monthly. Like we'll be paying the monthly payment, but if we can put an extra to throw at it, that would be great. The next one is property taxes. We pay this annually, but we need to put in $250 monthly. So $250 is going into property taxes. I feel like this is the part that I suck at, like adding in the bills. So in property taxes, we now have 1,000, 100, 200, 300, 400, 500, 25. So $1,525 in property taxes. The next one is home insurance. Home insurance is going to be getting $150. And that's what we need to put monthly. And it currently doesn't have anything in there. So this will definitely be like used right away to pay this month. Next is car insurance. This is for both my husband and I's cars. So we are going to be adding 90, 50, 70. Oh wait, no, I could just use another 20. 90. Hopefully that's how I did the breakdown. Let me see. Why do I feel like I'm kind of losing my voice? I just got over getting sick, you guys. I got COVID for the first time ever in 2025. And it was not fun. So let's see. I do not want to be getting sick again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 70, 690, 7, 10, 7, 11. That's such a random number. Interesting. Okay. All right. Up next is pets. This one is being considered like a variable type income. We do have a subscription with Petco that allows us to have a discount on food and grooming. But we also use this fund for vet visits and things like that, or anything else that we need for our pets. So it does have a certain percentage of the amount that we put in here for a subscription, but the rest is just to build up. We do have a dog and 2 cats, and they are expensive. So we are putting $250 into pets, and let's see how much is in there. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 50. So $650 in pets. And the amount that it costs to take care of them, that will probably be used right away, unfortunately. But I love them. We love them. As much as they can be a pain in the butt. All right, fun and dates. This is also being used as a variable expense. Not necessarily a sinking fund, because we want to obviously put money in for ourselves. So I'm going to put $100 in. This is used for dates. It's used for like anything that my husband and I want to do. Like if we wanted to go to a concert, or if we wanted to go to the movies, anything of the sort. This is really bothering me. This is why I need a cash tray. So, did I already add it? Yes. So Fun and Dates now has $100, $250, and we will actually be going to the movies this week, so that's good that we have some money in here to save up for stuff like that. $250. And now let's get into our sinking funds. So these are all of my sinking funds. You might see some new categories. Up first is Ryan's hobbies. This is just Ryan's personal spending. I'm only going to be adding 5 this month. I know it sounds terrible, but there is some money saved up in here. He has $100, so we now have $105 in there. And this can be spent on whatever he wants, so he has $105 to just spend. Next is my hobbies. I'm also going to be adding $5, and I have more than he does in here, but that's because when I asked him to like allocate all the money that we currently had before our next paycheck, he put more for me than he did for himself. I don't know why, but he just did. So we now have $150, $155, and I'm already looking forward to spending this. I am going on a trip to San Antonio, Texas very soon. By the time you guys see this, I might be there. I'm not sure. If you want to see that, I'm going to vlog it. So I'm going to link my main channel again. If I haven't mentioned already, it's going to be linked above, or it's going to be linked in the description for sure if you want to see my travel. But I might spend some of this money on that. I'm itching to go book shopping, and if my husband's watching this, he's like, girl, you do not have space for that. But I just want to buy some new books. Like, I feel like for 2026, I'm gonna need some new books. All right, home. This is a fund just for like any home spending we need. So toiletries or cleaning supplies or just anything. And I'm gonna add 50. The goal would be to add 100 every month, but we just don't have that in the budget right now. So in our home fund, we currently have 1, 2, 3, 50. Health and wellness, I talked about this already in my budget with me, but our health insurance is kind of like up in the air if we're gonna have it, if we're gonna self-pay it, whatever. So we just wanna spend or start like saving up as much as possible. So for this one, we're just gonna add $10 this month. I know it's super low, but I don't want to just put nothing in here. So we currently have 150, 160. The good thing is we are fairly healthy, and we really only need like routine checkups and things. So hopefully we can just continue to not spend this and just build it up little by little, and then when we do need it, we can spend it. Next is emergency. I'm not adding anything into emergency, but it does have $1,000 right now. Next is car maintenance, and this I definitely am going to be adding $50 this month. I wish it was more because my husband is literally currently working on my car right now. It's acting up. Of course it is. Car maintenance has 1 to 50, and hopefully again our cars continue to work so that we can just slowly build this up. Next is gifts. I'm going to be adding 50 into gifts as well. Christmas is coming up, so we just really need to build this up because we do not have a lot of money in here, and my money is sticking. If you see me add a bunch of money next month into gifts, it's because Christmas is coming up. But we currently have 150 to 220, 225 in gifts. Next is travel. My husband and I don't really have travel plans right now. By the way, I'm adding 75, but like I said, my mom and I are going to San Antonio. My mom is paying for everything. But I'm trying to pay for at least the Uber, so I wanted to add a little bit more because I wasn't sure how much was in here to begin with. She is trying to not let me pay for anything, but I'm trying to pitch in a little bit. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 470, 475. So I don't think that I will need more than $100 honestly for our Ubers for the entire trip. We're going for a week. But we are staying on the Riverwalk, so I don't think I'll need too much. But again, I want to build this up so that way if we do plan a trip, we can have money saved, or because my family is going to be going to Disney. I don't know if we're going to Disneyland or Disney World yet in 2026, in December of 2026. So again, we're gonna need to start saving some money. Next is renovations. Renovations is getting the last of this. So this should be 25, 26, 27, 28. It is. And I just decided to put whatever was left into renovations. We don't have a lot of money in here, but I'm trying to build it up. The last time I checked in, I think I mentioned that my husband had a Home Depot credit card and there was a lot of debt on it, but he actually paid that off from between the last time I checked in and now, a year ago. So that's good, except we do need money for renovations. So if we end up putting more money onto that Home Depot card, which we probably will, to use for renovations, then I'm using this fund to pay off that debt. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 420, 425, 426, 427, 428 in renovations. And then lastly is baby. We are not adding anything into baby. I am currently not pregnant and I don't necessarily plan to be until I have a full-time job, so pray for me for that. But we have $100 in here, which I know is like nothing, but there's no baby to be saving for anyways yet. But that doesn't mean I'm not gonna be putting anything in here ever. It's just, it's kind of one of the ones that's kind of last of the list. So that is all, and we did it correctly. I am very pleased to say. So that is all of my envelopes stuffed. If you liked this video, please give it a big thumbs up. If you like me, then subscribe. I'd greatly appreciate it. I'd love to have you guys around, and I'm hoping, like I said, to be more consistent. So in November, you should be seeing a budget with me and cash stuffing. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.